Hello, hello, lovely people. It's so amazing to be back again. Me with my very nice hair. Thank you so much for joining us. So it's a pre-show for the Water of Answered Prayers, and you are so welcome. Trust me, it promises to be very interesting. So stick with us and then just follow because a lot of things are going to be discussed. I'm here with Pastor Ernest himself. We are here to decipher and then decode the topic for this week so that you can properly receive from this week's prayers. Because the previous weeks have been powerful. The previous sessions. Talk to us about the previous sessions. How has it been?
Man of God, thank you so much for the opportunity. Once again, thank you so much, Pastor Say. I love you so much, Say. Thank you, management. All of us at prayers have really been super and amazing over the years. But for the previous sessions, every week you keep seeing new things. Every week you keep seeing things in a higher magnitude.
Exactly.
Things that keep increasing. Week by week, you keep seeing increase in results, increase in testimonies.
Exactly.
And we could see over a year, we have 700 plus different testimonies.
Oh, the 700 was like, you see, the thing is, because I'm a testimony coordinator, I can tell you that figure was very lowered.
Low estimated, right?
Oh, way lowered. I'm serious. Because the thing is, I am on a page that the testimonies comes in. Every single day, imagine you are receiving in a day, you can receive like say 5 different testimonies or 4 different testimonies. Now, that is one day. Multiply it by the 7 days. Then now every single month, come on, it's a lower number. But then the person, like we try to at least put it there.
Because weeks come by. Last year's we thought we have seen it all. But here comes a week, then even an inanimate object start waking. Human beings start rising from the dead. Every other thing. Like, in my mind, when I move from here, when you finish praying, I'm an immortal. Like, because we have recorded testimonies from this altar where someone fell from overhead. And the person is walking.
And the person is walking.
Someone had an accident. The person came out to do a video.
Yeah.
Why? Because we prayed on the altar.
We prayed on the altar.
Oh my God.
And I remember before that prayer, Pastor was making declarations against death.
That
very day. And the person now has the accident. And the funny part about the accident is the front of the car is so damaged. The passenger side is squashed. The back of the car is seriously damaged, like the windscreen and everything is broken, but the driver's side is unharmed.
Why? Because the person connected to the altar. So every week you keep seeing new things, like things you've never heard before, things you've read in the Bible like Jesus did. Then you realize from the altar when the man of God declares it, do you hear someone say a testimony like, hey? So what these things are possible. Joining this altar has been a blessing. It has helped my faith. It has made me see everything I read in the Bible come alive. Like, it doesn't make sense if you know what an overhead is.
Yes.
For a car to fall from that side and the person who is at the place, like sitting by the gate where it fell, the person came out unharmed.
And every other person around was harmed.
There is no theory to explain it.
No.
And
say you being a man of prayer as well, like what would you say are the benefits of being very consistent with the prayers itself? And then especially a prayer that an altar like the great man of God, Pastor Stephen, is leading.
If you say someone's a man of prayer and like differences there inside, I'm a small boy.
I'm aware.
Like it's serious. People can pray, but it's different when God has chosen an altar.
Exactly.
It's different when God has chosen a place and He said this is a place of answered prayers. So it's not just about praying. It is a place where God has had a covenant with a man, and they say if this man prays,
I will answer.
that's the place not to come and do exercise or go and build up your faith and do anything and come.
So this one, it is not faith works. It's
passive.
just show up and then rely on the fact that God has a covenant with this pastor who is
Like
praying.
that's all.
That he will answer every prayer.
That's all.
So even the declarations he's making that I am receiving, he will answer them.
Every single word.
Makatos.
Every single word. It's serious. It's serious.
Thinking about it right now, I've come to, it's like I'm now understanding the magnitude of the whole thing.
Hey.
So you see, one day I was praying on the altar of answered prayers.
Yes, sir.
So we were praying and then pastor declared something. Oh, what condition was it? He declared a certain condition, and then to me I was like, this one I'm not going through it, but let me say amen for the person who's going through it. And then it dawned on me that no, wait, you don't know the way life can sometimes hit you with things you don't expect.
Sir.
Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
And I was like, maybe the devil, because he's a prophet. He speaks tomorrow, today.
I promise
so
you.
So he can be speaking deeper things into your life and canceling something like a stroke that the enemy has planned the next 20 years.
Yes, sir.
And you are saying amen today to cancel that 20-year stroke.
Yes, sir. I mean, there are a lot of things that they will declare that you think, oh, I cannot relate it with today. But I promise you, I mean, most of the things are being cancelled, so you have not seen the manifestation of them. So you think maybe, oh, it is just a word say. But I promise you, the Spirit of God cannot lie. Every one thing Pastor says here to declare is something that's happening on someone's life right on the call. Or something that's about to happen in a week to come or in a day to come.
Exactly. And it reminds me of how people are manifesting prophecies even by just bringing them to the altar.
Yes, please.
So right now, it's like somebody's cheat code. They've given you a prophecy. Go and war with it. The person will bring it to the altar. We are warring here.
Here now, 1 hour pay. You don't need plenty meditation. 1 hour pay.
Wow.
If it's
let's talk about this week.
This week.
Last week was amazing.
Hey.
It was amazing. New month. Oh Jesus.
Hey, you have settled the whole of this month in just 3 days, in an hour a day for 3 days.
For 3 days.
You have settled the whole month. I mean, after last week, you woke up so confidently. Know that now I have charged my week. I have declared what I want to see, and you are working in them.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And last week during the prayers, there were some things that I really couldn't achieve. Like, you see those things, we set plans.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't achieve them at the early part of the year. So I was like, okay, so this one, I'll do it like 2025. Say May. This one, I'll do it like, this one I couldn't do, I'll do it like July. This one like August.
Yes, sir.
And then we were on the code and pastor was like, it will happen this year.
7 days from now.
Oh, no, like,
Is that 7 days from now?
it will happen 7 days from now. 14 days from now. And I'm like, pastor, wait too. It's like the gravity of the thing that I'm seeing will happen. And then this is the funny thing. I had an experience like that where something I was thinking that, okay, I wasn't able to do the whole year.
Yes,
so
sir.
it will happen like next year this time.
Yes, sir.
Then after the prayer, I received a call from somebody who is like a connect in that area.
Yes, sir.
And the person reaches out to me and the person is telling me that, oh, the person wants to do this kind of a thing. The
Wow.
same thing that I was planning that I'll do from the beginning of the year.
Wow.
That up till now I've not been able to do.
Wow. Wow. What a God. What a man.
When I received the call, I thought it was a joke until the day I had to take car. I was called to come. He's in the office.
Okay.
I took car. I went to the office. I sat down. The boss is looking at me. I'm looking at the boss, and he's talking to me like I'm some senior
Like
man.
some senior
So,
He doesn't know you pass somewhere.
Serious. Serious. Let's talk about this week too.
This week.
This week is 3 days of vengeance and mercy. The irony of those two things.
It's serious. When I heard Pastor say this week on the altar of answered prayers is 3 days of vengeance and mercy, I was like, dear God, what a combo. Vengeance and mercy. I mean, that's serious.
It's very serious.
When you speak about vengeance and mercy, you see, one thing I've realized over my stay in higher life have really transformed my mind to a lot of things. You see, back then, when you hear about vengeance, you think he is a God. He's a God of vengeance. You think he's wicked. But actually, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
I mean, we almost associate vengeance to wickedness or something like that. But that's not it. I think it's because God is much more merciful.
Okay.
Because you see, in the Bible, he said his mercy is new every morning.
Okay, yes, that's true.
But when it comes to vengeance, he will tell you that he's waiting for the iniquity of the Amorites to be full.
Okay.
So it's like, because his vengeance is not as consistent as his mercy, we think, oh, you have not seen that one. So when it comes to vengeance, there is wickedness or something like that. No. He always has a set time for his vengeance. And oh my God, he has spoken that this week.
Okay, so what you are trying to tell me right now is, so for somebody whose family, they have not been seeing prosperity, and then it's probably some household witch or the Lord has never responded to the person because the time for vengeance had not come. The person's cup wasn't full.
No, he said the cup of wrath wasn't full.
So this week, the members of the altar of answered prayers, their enemies, all of them, their cups are full.
I am so shouting today. Today, I'll write all their names. Everybody. Every area I know that I'm supposed to be hit. Because, you see, from pastors' teachings over the years, I've realized something that, you see, aside ignorance,
okay,
any other thing you're supposed to see in your life that you are not seeing, it means someone is holding it.
Exactly. That's what pastor has taught us.
Yeah. He has taught that aside maybe being ignorant of the fact, because he taught us that your people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yes.
So aside you being ignorant of what you're supposed to enjoy, any other thing you're supposed to experience in your life that you are not experiencing, aside practicing and applying all the principles, I mean, there is
something is holding it.
Yeah, something's really holding it. And God has said this week, 9 to 10, that the sin of the Amorite, the iniquity is full. Whatever you are supposed to experience is the day to bring vengeance to you.
Exactly.
It's serious. So this week,
and you know one thing else I think about when vengeance comes to my mind.
Yes, sir.
You see, when we think about vengeance, one of the things that people really think about is, so there is a household witch to kill. But then what you don't understand is that thing that is holding your academics might not be a household witch.
Yes, sir.
It might be one mini fianga demon that was sent from not Hades per se, because the one thing he cannot survive in Hades. One of the demons that was manufactured on earth. You know,
it's serious.
You know, or it could probably be something as small as some stagnation, like near success syndrome. It looks like the thing is about to happen, then it does not happen. But it is not necessarily a household witch that is causing it.
Yes, sir.
But just one Fianga demon who was sent to Afghanistan, but passed here and noticed you and just.
And you see, when it comes to the author of answered prayers with our man of God, Pastor Stephen, whether the demon is Fianga or is Lucifer himself or Satan himself, right? It doesn't really matter, because, I mean, do you know what it means for God to say, this is a place where anything you say I will answer? So, whether your case is academic, whether your case is finances, whether your case is the biggest witch in the world, or, I mean, whatever's after you, God has set a man for a time like this, and he said this is an altar of answered prayers. No matter what, when you run here, and he has said today for vengeance, when you run here, whatever is following you, you bring vengeance to that thing. I mean,
bring judgment to it.
I promise you, it's not a day to joke. It's not a season to play. And you won't even blink your eye for a minute, because if you joke, you have missed one word.
So that means for somebody who in their family things are not going on well, it's time for vengeance.
Yes, sir.
The same way it is for somebody who has been going through academic challenges, financial challenges.
Yes, sir.
It's just time for vengeance.
Yes, sir. I mean, we have recorded testimonies where more than 5, more than 10, where people were like, they went to exam and they blacked out.
Yes.
I mean, this is clearly demonic.
So
you see, the Bible said the memory of the righteous is blessed. Mm-hmm. As a Christian, you are righteous.
Yes.
Your memory is supposed to be blessed.
Yes.
You finished learning your slides, your notes, you learned everything. Why should you go to exam and black out?
Yes. You know, it reminds me of those times where the school I went to, SHS, you go and look, then you turn around and look, you say, what everything you went to learn, look at it, is going, go and catch it. It's like something like that.
Yeah, so it's not with the normal flow of Christianity.
At all.
So far as you have applied, God is a God of principles. He has some principles to follow, hardworking. As a student, you are supposed to learn. So aside when you you learned what you're supposed to learn. Why should you go to the exam hall and a blessed man like you are trying to remember and it's not coming, you blacked out and things? You could see that something is really happening outside the normal flow.
Okay.
Which you will need to deal with. Okay. So, over the years, we recorded our testimonies, and today is a day for not just academic, but every other thing that God should execute judgment on.
Okay, as being one of the testimony coordinators by pastors, opportunity and privilege, yes, which I'm so grateful for, like super grateful for, eternally grateful for. A testimony shared by one other coordinator really stands out to me about how we came for a camp. Then pastor declared vengeance in families, people who have been holding families back. He goes home and he hears that this auntie who has been very, very troublesome. I
remember that testimony very well. I remember it very well.
Very troublesome. That the auntie has been hit with something. And then, you see, the funny thing is, I think she was hit with stroke.
Yes, sir.
Then she was taken to the hospital. And just like, was it 2 days later? And this is the thing. The same time pastor was declaring vengeance, was the same time the stroke hit the woman.
What a man.
The same time.
Accuracy.
And she was taken to the hospital. I've never heard that stroke killed somebody within 2 days.
How is it possible? 2 days stroke.
2 days stroke. Wait. Put it in the comment section. Have you ever heard that somebody had stroke, was attacked with stroke, and died in 2 days? So I think those 2 days was her chance to apologize. Like God just gave her apology time.
Okay. Oh yeah, because God is merciful.
Yes. And then right after, because God is merciful, we'll talk about the mercy
parts.
And then right after 2 days, right within 2 days, the woman died, and that was it. Hey. And then listen, it didn't end there. When they were planning to bury the woman, a certain chief priest came to the funeral ground and said that, oh no, I have to take this man, pointed to the man, and it was the person in church's father.
Hey.
Why? The woman who died brought his picture and a picture of all of you people, all his family members, to his shrine that he should wipe all of them out.
What wickedness? So
he has not done it, and the woman has not compensated him. So he's coming to take the man for compensation at least.
Hey,
Makatos.
Can you imagine? You could have someone in a family that you are maybe very dear to your heart. Every single day, you give, oh my sweet auntie. You will go to your auntie. But can you imagine what the person is taking? How can someone take a whole family, their picture to a shrine?
And then she was their auntie. So it's not like probably, let's say, the mother's sister or the father's sister.
And it's not like he's killing just the father. He's wiping everybody.
Malika City.
He's wiping every single being from that family.
It's like the vengeance is really, really on my heart, because there are some things I want to
take
deal with today. I posted on my status, I was like, it is war.
Hey.
Unless they die or they die. I cannot die because I'm on this altar.
And the thing is, as long as there's something you're supposed to get in your life that you're not getting, there is a need for judgment. And there's a need for judgment.
Because there's something holding it.
Hey.
They've given you a prophecy. It has not happened. The time has passed. There is the need for God to judge that thing that is holding the prophecy from happening.
Yes, sir. It's very true and very scriptural.
It's very, very, very scriptural. Like something is holding it. Like something held that of Daniel's.
Yes, sir. I mean,
amazing.
God could set a day, a time, and a season. Like, okay, 40 years or this kind of years, I'll do this. And the thing has passed.
And it's not happening.
And it's not happening. It has not happened. Today, come. Bring the prophecy. Join the altar. It's time for vengeance.
So today it's time for we to write the prophecies you received as well.
Every one of them.
Bring them on the altar.
Bring them on the altar.
Pastor has been declaring, prophecy. Sometimes people think about prophecies as being so being direct.
No.
Pastor declared on the altar of answer prayer several times that your business will prosper. Your business will go global. It has not gone global. Write it and bring it. It's your prophecy.
I remember very well. Pastor would declare, say, money will not finish from your hands.
Yes, money will not finish in your hands. Money.
But you are still sitting there. You write it and come.
I think that one I have to write it right now.
Very boldly, capital letters.
But one other thing that is amazing is the irony of the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the mercy part. Let's
I
talk
mean,
about the mercy part.
when it comes to mercy part, it always blew my mind. What a God! What a God! I mean, God is so merciful. And when you read the scriptures, say one thing that Pastor shared with us about the story of Adam. I mean, the worst sin anybody could do in a day is to kill his own brother.
Yes.
I mean, we just shared the testimony about how the auntie,
Exactly.
yeah, then
Death
God,
wiped the whole family.
but killing your own brother is a serious thing. And you can
Yes.
imagine there are only two, and you kill your own brother. But when this man cried for mercy,
God,
this same God said, "Anybody who will kill Cain will avenge himself." It doesn't make sense.
and that's probably why God even gave the woman 2 days to be able to repent.
Very true.
God, what a God we serve!
What a God! I mean, he said anybody who will touch Cain will be avenged 7 times.
After he killed,
After you kill your own brother, what a merciful God!
The other brother was giving the right sacrifices.
Oh
and things.
dear Lord, this
Pleasing
God
faith.
is serious.
Because the scripture says that by faith Abel pleased God. So that means Abel was doing things that was pleasing to God.
Pleasing
And they
to
still
God.
killed him. And he said that anybody who would touch the one who killed him
will be avenged 7 times.
7?
I mean, in Genesis chapter 4, when you read verse 13, we know the story. So verse 13, he said,
Hey God, carry
Cain
me
said
away.
to the Lord, Cain was crying for mercy. He said, God, my punishment is more than I can bear. So just because he cried and he said, my punishment is more than I can bear, this God has shown him such a mercy. And he said, and here he said, today, you are driving me from the land. That's the punishment of God was. God want to drive him from the land.
Yes.
And he cried in verse 13, Genesis chapter 4. He said, God, my punishment is more than I can bear, which is cry for mercy. He said, today you are driving me from the land, verse 14, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. Now here is what God is saying. He said, but the Lord said to him, not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over. And what's the worst thing that one can do? But when he raised, he said, God, show me mercy.
So that means that regardless of how bad the sin is, God would never turn his face on somebody who calls him for mercy.
Never.
Today has to be my day.
Today is my day. Today is my day.
You know, today definitely
Today
has
is
to be
my day.
So regardless of anything I have done, anything anybody has done,
Anything.
put all the guilt aside. Once you call on God for mercy, He will never turn His face from you.
Never. I mean, from the day Pastor gave that scenario and that, I was like, dear God.
For somebody's mercy to be new every morning, dear.
That's it. Every single morning. The worst thing anybody can do. Like, what have you done? Ask yourself. You no matter what you have done, just come here. Just come today. Say, oh Lord, show me mercy.
And that is all.
You have not killed anybody. Even if you kill someone, this is God's judgment when they cry for mercy. No matter what you have done, it's God's day for mercy.
It's so amazing how it's like this week is an embodiment of I have it all.
Yes, sir.
Because
yes, sir.
This week, if there is any hand that is holding anything of yours, God will judge that hand.
Judge the hand, yes,
and
sir.
then on top of it, any single thing that you do not have, His mercy will make it available to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a week. Hey.
I think it's the point where wherever you are, you start celebrating Jesus.
You have to celebrate Jesus. You have to celebrate Jesus. Because I can't begin to imagine how today's session will be. Like, I can't begin to imagine.
You know, it reminds me how many times God showed Israel mercy in the Bible.
Every single time, yes, sir.
How can I go out of my way, take 40 years to train a man,
yes, sir,
send the man to come and rescue you, demonstrate my power
and everything,
bring you out because I want you? He told them point blank. It's not like he didn't tell them. He told them that I'm saving you so you go and worship me.
Yes, sir.
And they go and they build idols.
Hey.
And He still shows them mercy. This is the thing. When His judgment came upon them and snakes had to be biting them,
I can't
No,
think
like I'm
because
pumped up for today, and then the whole week I'm pumped up.
oh, a week where you can bring everything you have found not working in your family, because it's not you alone, your family, any other thing, your life was supposed to be. God has given us so many great promises in the Bible, and here we are in the days of Jesus to live in the manifestation of all these things that God has promised us. So anything in the Bible you have read that's supposed to be for you a Christian,
That you are not seeing.
that you are not seeing now. Apart from, because the moment you know about it, you are not ignorant about it.
You're not
Again.
ignorant about the thing.
So why is it not manifesting?
Makatos.
Why is it not manifesting? God has shown, like this the example he's giving about the Israelites.
Yes.
He has given them a time to be in slavery, and the date has passed.
Go, you see,
I mean, and then
a hand was still keeping them.
oh no, God was keeping them. Obviously, he has to train Moses, and look at the kind of things Moses
The
did.
judgments
Like-
God passed.
Again and again and again and again and again.
Exactly. You know, I'm serious. Sincerely speaking, okay,
See.
it's like joining the whole pre-show has really pumped me up even more.
You see.
Because to think about it, the mercy aspect is
The mercy aspect is mind blowing me to me when I heard that analogy. But like the worst thing I could think of anybody doing is killing his own brother, and it's not like he's killed one of the brothers or the other two or the other four or something.
yes.
But killing the only one, and God could say that because the person is Jesus Christ, my punishment is too much.
It's too much. It's not like he even said, "Oh Lord, show me mercy."
No, he just said,
said,
God, the punishment is too
my
much.
punishment is too much. And God says, okay, anybody who touches you
We have
will
avenged 7
suffer
times.
it 7 times over.
Over.
He even added over. Let's say if the person jokes, obey the bed 2 billion
And we are coming to such a God.
on an altar to that he answers all prayers on.
Say, this week is serious. The combo we have is amazing. You have vengeance, and it says it's a righteous thing for God to avenge.
Yes.
It's not like God is wicked doing it. No, it's a righteous thing.
So somebody who is suffering you with evil, it is actually a righteous thing
It's
for
a right
God
thing.
to
I mean, we have heard testimonies about a young person suffering with pain for 22 years. Why?
Why? And then you see somebody very young and the person has diabetes.
I mean,
I thought that sickness was for very grown people.
So-
Hypertension. How?
you say.
Who sent you?
So you could see that such a person, this week should be your week. This week is your week. Even if it is your fault, it's a time for mercy.
God will
Even
charge the spirit
God will
and show
charge-
you mercy.
even if it's not your fault, someone is doing it, it's time for vengeance. So all the way around is anybody, whoever you are.
So
So
I'm pumped out for this week. I feel like everything, like this week, like
it's
every
serious.
single thing just
Not just any way, but on the altar of answered prayers. Anybody else who connects to the link doesn't need to develop faith or anything. Just connect. So as we keep sharing the link to our family members, share the link to your friends, anybody who could reach, say,
Yes.
please connect.
and-
Something
and
to go.
something like people who are of higher authority than you. You cannot use your faith to change things or to affect things. So probably your parent like this, you can't come and speak in tongues and start declaring, my mother is prospering. You are my father. Take it. It's not taking anything.
Yes, sir.
But Pastor has taught us that if you supplicate, there is another instrument you can use to get God to reach them.
Yes, sir.
And he taught us that mercy is that instrument.
Yes, sir.
So that means today, my family problems and then those things that has been so tough at home, I can bring it to God and his mercy. He will never turn his eyes from me.
Again, we have seen testimonies of that sort. Even the one you just shared.
Yes.
So there is no limitation to this. Anybody else who can connect. Anyone on the street, anyone you could reach out to, just connect to the link where God is answering every prayer. And it's all round. Whether there's a need for vengeance, there's a need for mercy, God is available this week. He has set a time and a day like this where he said, this is a week where I will show my people mercy and I will avenge them. I'll bring judgment upon their enemies. I'll bring judgment upon any hand that is withholding anything good from them. It's not a time to me. It's not a time to play. But this time you are sharing the link because as a Christian, you need this.
Oh. Oh, man
So
of
this
God,
week, dear, I'm really fired up.
I already feel like the power of God all over. Like it's serious. It's that
Seriously.
serious. It is that serious. So let's talk about inviting people, because Pastor always tells us that it is what will position us to receive
Yes, sir.
from the altar. So
Yes,
we
sir.
are about to round up very shortly.
Yes, sir.
So somebody who has not invited anybody, what would you tell the person?
Well, if there's someone who has not invited anybody, I mean, this is what God is doing. And any good Christian is on the move to share what God is doing. Is on the move to spread what God is doing. I mean, I can't say because I won't invite anybody. God is so merciful. It will not be like you will answer expectation. No, that's not it. So even if your expectations, because God is merciful and everything, you're coming here, your prayers will be answered. But you are neglecting what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Someone shared the link with you and you got a testimony. Someone shared the link with you and you had this kind of experience you would have never had.
Exactly.
And here comes a need for you to also share with a friend. I mean, it always blows your mind the kind of joy you get if one you share the link will tell you, I have a testimony. Or like, dear God, let me show you one right now.
You know, I was actually thinking about these things. You see, sometimes, okay, that closest friend of yours, people don't really talk about things.
Oh,
so
no,
sometimes
God.
the person is going through things.
See this one.
Okay.
From sharing the link with someone.
I have gotten my testimony too.
So
I can imagine the joy you got.
Like, just share the link with someone on your phone, on the WhatsApp, SMS, anyway. See, this and this is happening. Share the testimony of the person. We have experienced the dead come back alive. We have experienced financial testimonies. Anything you can imagine happening on this altar. The worst you could see, I mean, so far is inanimate objects. So anybody who's a Christian, anything, and I've realized one thing. You see, he said it's an altar of answered prayers. It's not limited to, let's say, Christians.
No. Okay.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Anybody on the street who connects, whether you are a Muslim, so there is no limit. He hasn't placed any limit to this.
No.
Although we say it's non-denominational.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So any other person, any other human being, so far as the person is a being, is walking around, and our testimonies have gone beyond human beings to inanimate objects. So you can connect with everything in your room, connect with every living being on earth. So share the link share with your class group. If you can't test anyone about, share it there. The Spirit of God can move someone to just tap the link.
Yes. You see, the thing for me is sometimes you don't know what somebody is going through.
You will never know.
Very serious. So I'm thinking about it this way. If you are coming to an altar for God to show you mercy this week, why don't you show that friend of yours you don't know what the person is going through some mercy as well?
Exactly.
By sharing the link with the person, because you know the person will receive solutions to their problems.
Exactly.
That's one thing I'm thinking about. And then it's a privilege. It's really a privilege to be part of the whole movement.
Yes, sir.
And
here comes when a man of God comes to declare that this will happen to you if you invite.
Yes.
The same man declaring and all these things on people's bodies start vanishing. And he said that if you connect 3 people, you receive your testimony, or you'll be properly aligned. These same words. It's something you should take World Cup.
Yes, exactly. You know, it also draws my mind to what happened. Somebody shared a testimony there. It's called toxic epidermal necrolysis. How that testimony came about was because somebody who connected the altar of answered prayers posted the link on their class group. So somebody's probably shy to post on their class group. Somebody posted a link on their class group, and when posted, this guy went to hit on the link, connected to the prayers, and it was like some random guy. He didn't even reply. Hit on the link, connected, and then just join the prayers. Then the next morning, there is this bubbles that grows on his body. It is genetic, so it grows on his body automatically. Then when he sleeps and wakes up and he baths, it will release some yellowish fluid on his bed and stuff. He sleeps and wakes up to realize that the bubbles didn't come, and then when it comes, it leaves some some
Dark
wounds
spots.
and
Okay.
wounds actually, like that. This time around, he woke up and realized that those wounds were drying up, and then the bubbles that were supposed to come to relieve the yellowish substance were not coming.
Just join it for just one day.
Exactly, and it was peeling off. And this is the funny part of the thing: he wasn't the only one going through it because it was genetic.
Okay.
It was happening to himself and all his siblings.
Hey.
And up to right now, it's been probably like 5 months. He's still the only person healed amongst all his family.
So why the person why you need to see that they can't share with family members?
That is what I'm thinking about. I'm wondering why is he not sharing with his family members?
If I joined one link and just an hour, something that is very genetic, I've seen the traces of it happening to everybody. I've seen my own just vanish within a day. I mean, you just slept, you prayed 9 to 10, and then you slept and you wake up, and then you go see that my own, you have seen changes. Why don't we just share with your family members? Like, this is what I've seen.
Oh, it's amazing. So if that person is watching, we are talking to you right now, and every other person who is watching, try and get somebody connected today to the altar of answered prayers. And basically, you've come to understand the topics. It is 3 days of vengeance and mercy. So have your expectations ready. Any prophecy that you've heard, any word that you've seen in the scriptures that you think this is the life I'm supposed to be living, but I'm not living it. You have meditated, you are still not seeing it. You bring it to the altar today, and then God will judge whichever spirit is probably holding it back, and He will show you mercy as well. So the altar of answered prayers will start exactly at 9 p.m. Please don't go anywhere. Just stick around. Maybe invite or remind the people you've invited that the altar of answered prayers is starting in like 10 minutes time. In like 10 minutes time, get everybody pumped up. Post it everywhere, on Instagram, on your stories, everywhere. Just post it everywhere and get somebody connected. God bless you so much, and I'll see you again next week for the pre-show as well. Every single Monday, it starts at 8:10 to 8:50, just 40 minutes of dissecting the topic for you to understand the depth of what we are praying about within the week and what God is saying. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Enjoy the session.